All right, guys. Now we're going to be focusing on Chapter 7, Lesson 7. So we're going to be focusing on pages 519 to 524. Name and staple up in there, okay? So this is hands on a map location. So we've moved on, but we're still using how our patterns used to solve problems. It's still our central question that we always use for this. Draw it. You can use grid paper to represent locations on a map. From school, Marcia walks 3 blocks north of the library. So I'm going to say 3 blocks north to the library. She then walks 2 blocks east to the park. Her home is located 1 block south of the park. Draw a map that shows these locations. So here's the grid paper that we're going to be using here. It says use a blank grid to draw and label a dot in the lower left corner to represent the school. Okay, because this is from school. This is where we're starting right here. So we're going to put a dot right here and we're going to put an S because that's going to be school. All right. So that's where she's starting at. And then we just look up here and it says from the dot labeled school, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to the library? Well, it says from school, she walks 3 blocks north. And if you guys remember the map here, we have north, south, west, and east. Okay, so it says she walks 3 blocks north. So this is going to be 1 block, 2 blocks, because there's 2 blocks here, and then 3 blocks north to the library. So we're going to put a dot here and we're going to label this L because that's the library. Okay, so we're going to draw the line because she goes this way, 3 blocks north of the library. And so it says, in what direction? Well, we're going to go up or north. Okay, we're going to go up or north. How many units should you move to get to the library? We moved 1, 2, 3 units, right? 3 units. Now, draw and label a dot to represent the library's location, which we did right there. From the dot labeled library, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to the park? Well, it says there, then she walks 2 blocks east to the park. Well, it means we're going to go this way. So she's going to go 1 block, 2 blocks. So we're going to be stopping right there. Now this is, we're going to label it P for the park. Okay. So it says here, what direction along the grid should you move to get to the park? Well, of course, that's going to be, you can say right or east. How many units should you move to get to the park? Well, that was easy. That was 2 units. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and look at this backside here because for some reason they put it on the backside and it doesn't make sense to me. So we're going to go ahead and just look up here. So we're at the park here. It says her home is located 1 block south of the park. So we're going to start at the park here and we're going to go, and it just says 1 block south. So we're going to go here south, okay, because we've gone this way. And then 1 block is right here. So this is her home right here, okay? So it would ask on this backside when we flip it, draw and label, okay, we did the park's location from the dot park. In what direction? Well, we would go down or south, and we went 1 unit down. And it says draw and label a dot to represent the location of Marcia's home. So we did that right here. Okay, H is for home, and we marked it right there. All right. So let's go ahead and do the talk about it because we're going to do this again. On the grid provided, draw and label the locations from the draw it activity. So we got to go back and we got to redo this right here. So we're basically going to go, we can start at school. We're going to move up 3 to the library. We're going to move over 2 to the park, and then we're going to move down 1, and this is her home. Okay, so we just recreated what we had drawn already right there. Does Marcia live closer to the park or the library? So we have the library right here. Looks like it's close to being 2 units away, right? So it looks like, yeah, she lives closer to the park, but she's only 1 unit away. Is the library closer to the park? All right, so is the library closer to the park or to Marcia's school? So is the library closer to the park or Marcia's school? Well, her school is 3 units away. The park is only 2 units away. So again, it's going to be closer to the park. So it looks like both of those are to the park. So now it's asking, describe how Marcia could walk from her school to home. I'm sorry, from her home to school. So we're just going to basically describe, we can use, we can go any direction we want, and we don't have to go back the way we came. So what I would say is, okay, well, uh, first of all, Marcia could walk. I'm going to say 2 blocks south, right? Because she could go 2 blocks south. She could go from her home and she could go 2 blocks south, right? And then she could walk 2 blocks. If we look at, remember that little map directional guides we have here, we have again north, south, west, east. We could say 2 blocks west to get to school. So she could walk 2 blocks west and she'd get to school. And you can almost see that would be a shorter route for her, because if she went 1 block and then she went 2, that's 3 blocks. She would have walked 6 blocks if she did that other way. A shorter route for her, of course, could be 4 blocks only. Even shorter than that, I guess she could go as the crow flies. She can cut through people's yards, I guess, right? And she could just go 2 blocks, right, right to school that way. But again, it didn't really have to be exact. It just said describe a way that she could walk, and that's what we did. Write a problem that could represent locations of real-world objects. Use the grid to draw them out. Okay, so this is where we're going to write a problem. So I'm going to use Ethan walks, let's say, 4 blocks east to the school from home. All right, so he starts out with home right here, and he walks 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks to school. All right. He then walks 5 blocks to grandma's house. So I guess 5 blocks. I'm sorry, north. Let's do north. Put north in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he walked this direction to grandma's house. All right, and then we can say he then walks 3 blocks west to Walmart. So we're going to go 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and here's Walmart. W's Walmart. Okay. So that's all we did. We just wrote a real world problem right there. And we used locations, and we used the map to draw it out. So I'm going to ask you to do that. That's all you really have to do. All right, on this page right here on the practice it, we are going to do some examples here. All right. All right, so for 6 through 9, we're going to use the grid paper to draw the map of the given locations, which is right here. And they give us the starting points for all of these down here. Okay. So all you gotta do is follow the directions. From the zoo entrance, Marco walks 3 units east. So remember, if you have a hard time remembering the directional on a map, the directions on a map, draw it out north, south, And sometimes if you do it clockwise, never eat soggy waffles. That's kind of what people always go with. So he walks 3 units east. So we'll start here. So we're going to go east right there. 1, 2, 3. So he walks this direction, and that's to the gift shop. So we'll just say GS, gift shop. Then he walks 4 units north to the bear exhibit. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the bears. We'll just put B for bears. He walks north. The lion exhibit is located 2 units south and 1 unit west of the bear exhibit. Okay, so we have to look at this one. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. The lion exhibit is located 2 units south and 1 unit west. So what we have to do is we got to go work our way back 2 units south. We got to go back 1 unit, 2 units, and we got to go over to 1, which is right here. So this is the lion. So he come back this way, then he goes this way. All right, so that's drawn on our map. We just follow how it talks about it in the directions there. From the dining hall, a camper rides her bike 4 units north. So dining hall, we're going to go 1 unit, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that's going to be rides 4 units to the nature center. So we're going to say nature center. All right, so she goes that way. Then she rides her bike 5 units east and 1 unit south to her cabin. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it says and 1 unit south. So we got to go 1 unit south right here. Okay, so we go that direction. And this is going to be her cabin. Cabin right there. The campfire is 1 unit west and 3 units south. So 1 unit west, so we're going to go this way, 1 unit west, and then we're going to go 3 units south. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to go this direction right here, okay? So this is going to be the camp fire right there. So see, we just drew out our map. It's just giving directions is all it's doing. From the gymnasium entrance, Nora ran to the jump ropes that are located 4 units north. So again, from the entrance right here, we're going to go 4 units north and 4 units east. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go that direction, 4 units. And then it says 4 units east. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right there is going to be the jump rope. So we'll just say J for jump ropes. Then she ran 2 units. Then she ran 2 units west to the tumble mat. So we're going to go 1, 2. So right here is going to be the tumble mats, just TM for tumble mats. The skills challenge is 1 unit west and 2 units south. So we're going to go 1 unit west here, and then we're going to go down 2 units south, 1, 2. So we're going to go down this way. And this is going to be the skills challenge. So we'll just say CS skills challenge. All right. And there you go. That's it. All right, down here. From the store entrance, Kyle walks to the toy section that's located 4 aisles north. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 rows east. So right here, 2 units right there is going to be the toys. T for toys. Then he walks 2 aisles south, 1, 2, and 2 rows east to the boys' clothes. So 1, 2. So we're going to say BC for boys' clothes. The cashier is 3 rows west. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3 right here. Okay, so we're going to go back this way. And 1 aisle south. So we're going to go 1 aisle south. So this is where the cashier is going to be right there. Okay. So again, you just have to follow what it's saying. And sometimes you got to go back over the direction that you've already traveled through. Backside, use the map of the amusement park below for 10 through 12. The walkways of the amusement park are represented by the vertical lines. So these right here, these grayish lines, or whatever, are the walkways. Okay. Describe a path you could take to get from the entrance, which is right here, to the terror drop over here. Well, pick. I mean, you can pick any which direction you want to go. I mean, I'm going to look at it and say, well, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go, I would go, looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 units. And since I'm going up, I'm going to go north to the, what is that? The arcade. Then I would go, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. I would go 4 units. Since I'm going that way, it's going to be east to the terror drop. So it's called, yeah, terror drop. Simple. Now you could be as, when you do this in your homework, you can be as difficult as you want to be. You can say, well, I go, 1 unit east, 1 unit north. You could like do like a crazy, a bunch of stuff there. After riding a terror drop, you decided to ride the Cougar coaster. How many units do you need to move to get to the Cougar coaster? Where your terror drop right here, the Cougar coaster's here. So you just say, well, 1 unit, so 2 units. That's pretty easy, right? Lorenzo and Emily enter the park at the same time and head to 2 different directions. Lorenzo walks to speed cars. So again, they enter here. And Lorenzo walks to the speed cars, which are right here. And Emily walks to Cougar Coaster right here. Who walks farther? Explain to a friend. Well, either way you look at it, you can say, well, Lorenzo, he might go, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, right? He could go 5 units. So I'll just put a 5 next to him. Even if he went like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either way, he's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to walk 5 units either way. And then she's going to the Cougar coaster, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously, it looks like even if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, she's going to be walking 6 no matter what, right? 6. So who walks further? Well, Emily does, because she walks 6 units and he walks only 5 units. Okay, this is called explaining it. Whenever I say explain it, you just don't write Emily 6, Lorenzo 5. That's not what you're going to say to a friend, would it? You would actually write it out. Well, Emily does, because she walks 6 and he walks 5. How do mathematical graphs help us better understand our world? Well, how about this? It gives us a visual map of distance and direction. Okay. Mathematical graphs give us a visual map of distance or numbers or things like that, and then direction. All right. So your all's homework is going to be the lesson 7, MyMath homework. And for number 1, you're going to be looking at that problem right there. So you might want to put an arrow there. And you're going to be looking at this map right here. Okay. So you're going to want to refer back to that when you're doing this. The backside is kind of like with the amusement park. You're going to use 2 through 5. You're going to use all of these. You're going to use this to answer all of these down here. Okay. And like this number 4 here, this was like right here, number 12. Okay. So if you need any assistance, I could say see number 12. You go back and say, well, how did I do that? What did I do? Because that's what you're going to be using there. So it shouldn't be too hard. Remember, if you need to put the cardinal directions up here, you can put, you can never eat soggy waffles. That's north, east, south, and west. All right, so if you want to put those in there for For your homework, go ahead. All right. When you're finished, make sure your name's on it, your staples on it, turn it all in to the math box. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, again, raise your hand. As long as you've tried on it, I'll help you.